All right, what's going on, NBA fans? We got a blockbuster here. So we have a trade involving the former MVP Russell Westbrook to John Wall, two players that kind of like in the wrong side of their 30s, um, often injured and massive contracts. At least I could say that Russell Westbrook is a former MVP and a back-to-back triple double average. He has individual accomplishments, I guess, compared to John Wall, he was an all-star. He was a pretty good player, but has never really proven anything individually or team-wise. It's not like he made a conference finals and all that stuff and made a run. But I get it. I do get it in the Washington standpoint. I guess John Wall just want to get out of Wizards. I know Bradley Beal was looking forward to playing with Wall again. That's not going to happen. So we might see a Bradley Beal trade. But then again, they're pairing with Westbrook might be good. But who knows? He's not a ball dominant like James Harden. So we'll see. But I'm just surprised that Houston pulled off this trade. I thought that they could at least get a little better return for Westbrook than what they did, even though they have to attach assets. Because at this point, I think those two guards, if you trade them not to each other, you certainly have to attach some assets, maybe a first rounder, a second rounder, for them to get an expiring contract or so. If they waited, I would say, but we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe Westbrook just really wants out. But I always thought that they can get more, for a team that has some expiring contracts. Something that they want to dump a little bit of salary. Maybe they didn't have to, things of that nature. I don't know. I always thought that if they waited and let the dominoes fall, LeBron just signed a 2-year extension with the Lakers. And, we're all saying that Anthony Davis should sign the 1-to-1. So it aligns with LeBron. But now it looks like if he signs the 4-year max, then it's going to be aligned with LeBron anyway. So that takes off Anthony Davis off the market for a long time, not just this year, but also next year. So now all the big name left is Giannis. I'm sure some teams, once they find out that, the Giannis sweepstakes and the Anthony Davis are gone, their second tier of free agents, are being highlighted by Rudy Gobert, which might sign an extension anyway. So now we're looking at DeMar DeRozan, Mike Conley, Drew Holiday. I mean, they're not bad players, but you can put Russell Westbrook to the mix of those guys. And, they're kind of like in the same age, but Westbrook stands out, not because his contract is massive, but his accomplishments. So you can make an argument that he's better than those guys. So I guess if they would have waited, guys with cap space, the one with no choice whatsoever would be inclined to get him anyway. So, but they pulled off the deal. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. I honestly think that Houston could have gotten more. I think this is a good trade for the Wizards. They got out of the John Wall situation where his last game was December of 2018. So he hasn't had any a meaningful basketball game for the past 2 years. So, I mean, we've seen his workouts. He looks good. But then again, those are workouts, and you never know when he's going to get injured again. And when he does, then, I don't know what's going to happen. They're stuck with his contract, which is, I think he is more difficult to trade than Russell Westbrook. And you have to attach more to get out of his contract. But then again, I might look like a fool here. He might ball out and be compatible greatly with James Harden. Who knows? I highly doubt it. James Harden needs, I would say, a big man, more than a guard that's kind of like John Wall or Russell Westbrook. I would say the only reason they even entertain the fact to play with Russell Westbrook is because they're boys. Those guys are tight. They have a history together, so they decided to play with one another. But I don't know about John Wall, So, it's puzzling compared to what Washington is going to walk into, is that you're going to have a pairing of Bradley Beal and Russell Westbrook. And if things doesn't go right, Bradley Beal has another couple of years, I believe, on his contract extension. And I honestly think they could get rid of Russell Westbrook a lot easier. And the first rounder that they gave up might not be that big of a deal to begin with. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about this trade, and subscribe to my channel. If you want to talk about basketball and any sports, boxing, football, MMA. This channel is all about that. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.